So there is a simple low-cost option for your clients who recently purchased a home using an FHA, VA, or USDA loan. And in most cases, it doesn't even require that they get an appraisal or even qualify with their income again. These magic loans are called Streamline Refinances. And I'm going to tell you how they work and how you or your clients can qualify for them. Now, recently on the show, I've been talking a lot about different types of refinance loans available to consumers. And most of you guys out there listening are realtors. And you might ask yourself, Mike, why should I care about this?
Why?
Well, number one, it might apply to you if you have one of these types of loans. But more importantly, your goal as a realtor should be to have a little bit of knowledge and information about anything related to real estate. You should know a little bit about insurance. You should know a little bit about roofing, a little bit about title, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because you need things to post on your social media sites on a regular basis to make sure that you stay in front of your clients as often as possible. And when your friends, family, and past clients give you a call to ask you questions, you want to have some answers. You don't have to be an expert, but the more information you can give, the more that they will always think of you when it comes time to buy or sell their next home. Because after all, you are their real estate Yoda.
Do or do not. There is no try.
All right, so what is a Streamline Refinance? Well, a Streamline Refinance is a simplified refinancing option available to homeowners with existing government-backed mortgages such as FHA, USDA, and VA. It aims to lower monthly mortgage payments or change the loan terms with less hassle and fewer requirements compared to traditional refinancing. So how are the requirements less? Well, one of the biggest perks is reduced documentation because the need for income and asset documentation in most cases is not required.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Next, in most cases, the borrower will not need to get another appraisal. And this makes the process much faster and cheaper. Now, there are some cases with a Streamline Refinance where an appraisal is required, but I'm gonna touch on that in just a moment. And of course, having a cheaper refinance is always nice because in many cases, you can do a Streamline Refinance and not bring hardly any funds to closing or even not have costs rolled into your loan at all. So you can literally do a refinance in this case with no income or asset documentation, no appraisal, and no costs at all. So that's a free refinance, right? Well, yes and no. Look, nothing ever is free.
What do you mean?
No bank is ever going to do free refinance for you. They may tell you that, but it's not the truth.
My whole life is a lie.
Anytime you refinance, there's going to be title costs, recording charges, credit reporting fees, etc. However, in some cases, the lender can offer you a slightly higher rate than you otherwise would get and cover the costs for you.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
So you're paying more in your interest rate than you could if you covered the cost yourself. But sometimes if the rate difference is low enough and it doesn't cost you anything to do the loan, it still might make very good sense. It really just comes down to the math. Now, if you want to get the lowest rate that you can get in this type of refinance and the costs involved you feel are worth it to get that lower rate for the term of your loan, you have two options. If you don't want to get an appraisal, and there are many reasons why you may not want to do this. Maybe the house hasn't appreciated much since you bought it, or maybe you bought a new build and got a ton of incentives and the appraised value just wouldn't get you to where you needed it to be, then you can just bring these costs out of pocket to closing and pay them without increasing your loan balance. However, if you feel that your home would appraise enough to allow your costs to be added to your loan, then you can just pay for the appraisal and have those costs added with no problem. And when I've done a lot of these in the past, I often would suggest to go the appraisal route because it made it possible to add the cost to the loan, allowing for nothing out of pocket and for the lowest rate possible. But if we're in a declining rate market, which we kind of are right now, and maybe for the foreseeable future, it's possible you could lower your rate just half a point and not have to come out of pocket at all or add any cost to your loan. And in that case, you're knowing that rates may still come down more in the coming months or years and have it make sense to refinance again. And in that case, doing the no appraisal route could make more sense because even though your rate is slightly higher than you would get if you had the cost rolled in, you aren't adding any additional cost to your loan. That allows you to plan on refinancing again sometime in the near future without continually adding cost to your loan every time you do this. So it really just depends on the circumstance. Now, who can do these Streamline Refinances? Well, anyone with an FHA, USDA, or VA loan. These are called interest rate reduction loans for VA or IRRRLs. And as long as they're current on their mortgage and haven't had a 30-day late payment in the last 12 months, then they would be eligible. And a reminder again, you don't have to do these refinances with your current servicing bank. Any lender can do these for you. Now, if you have a conventional loan or got behind on payments in the last year, then you would not be eligible for this type of refinance.
Oh, man.
You also cannot access any equity with these loans. You can only reduce your rate and your payment. And in most cases, if you want to add to or even sometimes shorten your term for the loan that you have currently, then you may have to go the appraisal route regardless. Again, it just depends on what type of loan you have and what you're planning on doing. So Streamline Refinances can be a great option for a low cost, low hassle refinance to help your home buyers who purchased in the last couple of years bring down those high monthly mortgage payments. And just know this, as rates start to come down, and they look very likely to do this in the coming months, your clients will be calling you and asking if now is a good time to refinance. And that gives you the opportunity to start asking questions. Why are they wanting to refinance? How's the house coming along? How are you liking the neighborhood? You never know where these conversations can lead, because it could actually lead to them wanting to move. Or because you're so knowledgeable about all things related to real estate, they're now sending you their best friend who is also looking to buy their house. You see, conversations about real estate lead to transactions. So the more conversations you have, the more transactions you're going to do. And if you're looking to find out more about these types of loans, give me a call. I'm happy to help. And now you know.